Technical recession is whereby 2 quarters of the economy are negative. So basically, are we heading into recession? It all depends on the US. So US is actually approaching what we call a technical recession, whereby 2 quarters, okay, of the GDP of the market is negative, and they're approaching that right now. When the market is on a general decline for 2 quarters or 6 months in a row, then they will announce it as a recession. So that's what's going to be happening. First things first is, of course, inflation. Now, inflation doesn't relate to recession, but it can cause it. Inflation is like the sugar that causes diabetes. So inflation actually started to go up at a very high rate, right, ever since after COVID until now. So in countries like US, in 2021 onwards, you start to see what we say inflation go up at an extremely high rate. As a matter of fact, it went as high as 9.6%, and the last time it went up to 8.1%. just the last few months ago. So with high inflation coming in, a country cannot survive too much because they are worried that the prices are going too expensive and people cannot buy things, right? So what happens is, then the second signal of recession starts to come in. What happened was in the US especially, they said, oh, ini tak boleh, okay, this one cannot. So what they did was they increased the interest rates from the banks. The purpose of increasing the interest rate from the banks was to make lending more expensive, and because of that, then hopefully people will start to save money. When they spend less money, then what happens is then hopefully the market will start to slow down, and hopefully the price of price of products will start to reduce. The last signal is basically the money markets. So we talk about the stock markets. So it's now getting a big hammering from the stock market because all the businesses are now worried. It's because it costs them more expensive to run a business with high inflation rates as well, which is cost of raw materials going up. It's harder for businessmen to make money, so they're getting squeezed, so the market started to slow down. So because of these 3 signals, it is very obvious that we are now heading towards what we call a slowdown in the market. If it slows down too much, like I said, negative 2 quarters, then what's going to happen is we are officially in a recession. Recession is basically just the economy going negative. The first recession, which you talk about Canada, is mostly like a heart attack. Dapat tu stroke lah. Oh, tiba-tiba aja, then you get the stroke. You go to the hospital, and after that, when you come out, okay, you take maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you recover. 6 months, you recover. Maybe you have to go for heart bypass or whatever, the operation finished. Congratulations, after 8 months, you're done. The second recession we're having right now is it's worse. Why is it worse? It's not as deadly, but it's worse because it's longer timing. So I would say that this may take anything from 2 years to 3 years before we get out of this recession. I think we cannot stop recession from coming. It's just like having diabetes and all. What we have to do is control. So we have to control our expenses. That's one of the ways of doing it right now, to make sure that we live within our means, right? We have to see ways of cutting costs. The second way of doing it is actually, for me, is if you want to make money in the recession, find the opportunities in the market. With every recession, some businesses are low. With every recession, there's also some opportunities. So let me give you an example right now. If for those people who are interested to make money in a recession, one of the ways how I recommend it is look into what will go up during times like this. Is it technology? Is it going to be Zoom? Is it going to be pharmaceutical? Not anymore. What goes up or what will give you better results is basically in commodity stocks. Agriculture, energy like oil and gas, those are the ones that will see a consistent rise because there's the need for food, there's a need for raw material, there's a need for energy which is consistent during this time. So this is where you want to park your money. This would be very strong for people to protect their wealth so that when they come out of a recession, they're not only better, but they could be potentially richer. Hi guys, okay, I hope you've liked what I've shared with you guys right now. If you want more tips, more information about what's happening in the market today, don't forget to follow me. Click down below, click like, click share. I hope to see you guys in there, and don't forget to comment and ask me more questions so I can give you as much information as I can to help you in your journey towards your financial success. Alright, so see you guys, bye bye.